So if we hear it again, Andrew, if you hear it, just stand up and like show them your penis. So that's like the sign.
Yeah,
your audio's weird.
We will confirm that I am circumcised.
Let's do a test. Here we go.
Yeah. Let's test the emergency broadcast system.
Yeah.
That would be a good test. That's a good idea, Johnny. I know you bring up the wiener a lot, but it's in this case.
Hey, this episode is the first time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try out some fart material. See how that goes.
Don't pull back the curtain on Johnny's whole act.
Johnny,
I know you go to the wiener quite a bit.
Wasn't that? I remember doing shows with you where we'd have to work clean, and that was always sort of a dilemma. Was the Johnny Beehner tiny wiener, because that was sort of your opening thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's funny because I've had both responses where it's like, it's a clean show, like, oh, well, I have this bit, and it's met with wiener. Who fucking cares? What are you talking about? Yeah, you can. Yeah. I'm talking about fuck and pussy and all that shit. Oh, okay. No, I just say wiener. And then I've also met with, it's funny, but let's not do that. So I have to continue to feel it out.
On the fence, like,
let's see. I'll stand in the back of the room and kind of wave it on to see how I feel.
Right. Well, and plus you named your album that Johnny Beehner, Tiny Wiener, right?
Yeah. Tom, did I tell you that? I don't know if I told the story on the air. I think I did on the podcast. How David Letterman, like, when I named the album, I just was like daydreaming. I was like, how funny would it be to hear David Letterman say he has an album, Tiny Wiener, and then it actually it came true. It happened, and my buddy Connor was in the audience, and he was watching David Letterman like before my segment, and the guy came up, gave him the album, and he goes. You could see his mouth. He was like, Johnny Beehner, Tiny Wiener, Johnny Beehner, Tiny Wiener, and he just threw it on the desk. He goes, I'm not saying that. I'm not going to say that. So when he says it, he says he has an album available, and then they just, superimpose the album cover over the screen. But he never says Tiny Wiener.
What a pussy.
Yeah, come on, Letterman.
Come on.
You should have stopped the show right there. Excuse me. The album's called Tiny Wiener.
And I'd like to hear you say it, Mr. Letterman.
You'll have to say it.
You think you're so great, you can't say tiny wiener. All right.
You're above
you said
that.
A lot of stupid stuff on this show.
Yeah, it's you and I both had. I had my album on the back of my album cover. I have me in a
hot dog.
Hot dog.
Yeah, I'm posing by the Wiener Factory.
Yeah,
and great minds think alike, Andrew.
Yeah, Wiener comedy.
Yeah, Wiener based.
Wiener based humor.
The base of the wiener. Yeah.
Yeah, there was like the grunge era, and then there was sort of the alternative scene. And then there was the Wiener
base
humor. Yeah.
Midwest Wiener based.
Midwest Wiener based comedy. The Midwest Wiener based comedy stylings of Tom Clark and Johnny Beehner, everybody.
The ding dongs of comedy.
Yes. Midwest Wiener based.
That's a tour you guys can go on.
That would be good. Do all that.
I was just thinking about that, how they should bring back remember that was all the rage after the Redneck Comedy Tour or whatever. It was everything was like the dads of comedy, or the original
Beards of comedy,
Latin Kings, the Beards of comedy. There's all these and then there were like the smaller and smaller and smaller iterations of that. We should bring that back. We should do the Midwest Wiener based comedians of comedy.
It sells itself. It sells itself.
Yeah,
I'm buying a ticket.
It really does.
All right, man.